Hey there guys, this is Reckles with WTBGold, and today we're going to be talking about how to make gold with Embersilk Cloth. If you're looking for the video on how to actually farm Embersilk, that was a couple days ago, so you can check that out here. Now, I did a little conversion for each of these so you can tell how much gold you're going to be making per cloth, but you know, take that with a grain of salt because it depends on what the other materials cost for each craft. I'm also going to recommend a couple add-ons. Trade Skill Master is just a must. You have to have Trade Skill Master. And TSM desktop app. You can download that too. I've got a video on how to set up Trade Skill Master that I'll put right here. But let's go. Now, the most basic way of making gold is just selling the cloth raw. Most auction houses sell a couple thousand cloth per day. Some of the higher pops sell 20,000 cloth per day. And the prices range from 50 silver to 3 gold. So you can make a couple hundred to a couple thousand gold a day just selling the cloth raw. But you do need to babysit the auctions, keep undercutting. And of course, the higher the volume, the lower the price, generally. If you want to know how much you should be posting, I did a video on that a couple days ago too. So you can check that out. It's a short one. Now, the second way to make gold with Embersilk Cloth is our first conversion. It's just selling the bolts. So, if you're a tailor, 5 Embersilk Cloth makes 1 bolt of Embersilk Cloth. Most servers sell between 100 and 1,000 of these a day for an average price of 8 gold. So, you're gonna get 1.6 gold per cloth. It's a good flip if prices are high, and you can just go to the Undermine Journal, and the snapshot graph has the price of a bolt of Embersilk Cloth if you buy the cloth, and then how much you can sell it for. So it's a good way to just see if it's a good flip for you right then. The next conversion is the Hypnotic Dust Shuffle. We're going to be making Deathsilk bracers or the Deathsilk belt here. Each craft takes 2 bolts. Or 10 cloth, and 2 Eternium thread, which just costs 3 gold from a mammoth. Now, when you disenchant these, you're going to get an average of about 1.5 dust each, and the dust sells for 8 to 20 gold. Long story short, you're going to get between 1 gold and 3 gold here, and this is just a good thing to do if hypnotic dust prices are ever high on your particular server. The only bad thing about this is it takes a ton of time to just craft everything and then disenchant it. It's a time investment, but you make a little bit more money per cloth. Next is the Embersilk bags. There's a couple different bags you can make. The Otherworldly bag, the Hyjal Expedition bag, and just the Embersilk bag. These are things you make with the bolt of Embersilk Cloth. The Embersilk bags themselves sell for between 200 gold and 500 gold, and these prices may change in Legion depending on some of the bags that come out then, but for now, just a great profit. It takes 15 bolts and 15 hypnotic dust. Now there's 2 ways of making these. You can buy the dust by itself, which 15 dust costs between 100 and 350 gold. So either 75 cloth and a couple hundred gold, or you can do the Deathsilk Bracer Shuffle and it's 175 cloth plus 30 gold for the Eternium thread. If you want to min-max this, essentially take the hypnotic dust price, subtract 2 gold, and is that more than 7 times the Embersilk Cloth price? If you don't care about min-maxing, just make them. But this method scales really, really well with high-priced Embersilk bags. You can get between about 60 silver per cloth or 5 gold per cloth for the higher-priced bags. The next thing we can do, and this is just kind of something you should do first, is learn all the patterns you can buy with the bolt of Embersilk Cloth from the tailoring supplier. It takes about 72 bolts or 360 cloth to buy everything. Just go out and do that now. Next, we've got the Vicious Cowls. These are the blue PvP heads from Cataclysm and also the Spiritmend Helm. Now, there's a bunch of different Vicious gear that you could craft for Transmog, but generally the headpieces themselves look the coolest, and they'll sell for between 500 and 2,000 gold each, which means you're getting between 8 gold and 40 gold per cloth. Also, there's the black Embersilk gown, which sells for about 1,000 gold. That's just something, have one of those up on the auction house all the time. Next, we're gonna go into the stuff that everyone forgets about, Dreamcloth. Dreamcloth has a 7-day cooldown for each of the different recipes, and there's one recipe for each type of volatile. It takes 8 bolts and 30 volatiles to make one of these, except for the Dream of Destruction, which requires 4 Chaos Orbs, and those sell for, I don't know, about 20 gold each. And that one, you can make unlimited amounts as long as you can buy enough Chaos Orbs. Just as a side note on this, you can make the Illusionary Bag and the Luxurious Silk Gem Bag. You make the Gem Bag with 3 Dreamcloth and the Illusionary Bag with 8 Dreamcloth. They sell for 500 to 1,000 gold. It's profitable, but they don't really sell a whole lot. So, you know, have one up on the auction house. Alright, and you can make a lot of cool stuff with Dreamcloth Transmog. In the basic Cataclysm recipes, you can get these by going to the tailoring supply vendor and buying the recipes for 1 Dreamcloth each. You've got belts and pants, so the Flame Ascended Pantaloons, the Breeches of Mended Nightmares, the Dreamless Belt, and the Belt of the Depths. When Firelands came out, it dropped different patterns in there, and you could make better gear. Now, these are boots and gloves. It takes 8 Dreamcloth each and 4 Living Embers. The Living Embers, you can either buy them on the auction house or they drop off Firelands raid bosses. But it's the boots of the Black Flame, Don Teo's Inferno Mittens, Endless Dreamwalkers, and the grips of Altered Reality. And then when Dragon Soul came out, we had more transmog coming out from there. It was bracers and pants. And so as you transmog sellers know, bracers aren't really a popular item, so I'd recommend just making the pants, but it's the Lava Quake leg wraps and the World Menders pants. Lots of different items here, right? Each one sells for 5,000 to 15,000 gold. 8 Dreamcloth is 320 just raw Embersilk cloths. So these transmog pieces will net you between 15 gold and 50 gold per cloth, depending on how much you sell for. It's a great way to make profit from just very little work and a lot of time and waiting. Now, the next thing is something for engineers, which I really like to see. Engineering's kind of the underserved gold making profession, but the Elementium Dragonling sells for 200 to 500 gold, takes a little bit of Elementium ore, takes a little bit of obsidian ore, and takes 20 cloth. So a lot of just various materials, but it's good to just craft a couple of these and keep them up on the auction house all the time. And finally, we've got the High Society top hat and, you know, in the same realm, the rhinestone sunglasses. These are a dream. You're not going to be able to craft it. You're not going to get the recipe. It's not going to happen. But if you have the recipe, and check if you have the recipe, these sell for 30 to 150,000 gold and cost like no mats. The pattern drops off a few rare elites and 4 packs of seahorses that spawn in the very southwest portion of Dreadwastes. For real though, they don't drop. Don't bother farming them. You're not gonna get them. Oh look, we killed an elite. Did he drop it? No. Oh look, we killed another elite. Did he drop it? Yeah, no. He didn't drop it because they don't drop. But again, these sell for 100,000 gold. So, like, I don't know. It's worth farming for fun. For the hope. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned some stuff. I hope you make a bunch of gold. Subscribe if you haven't. Share this with any friends, and I'll talk to you guys later.